What's going on, people? I know some of y'all curious about these Epstein files, so am I, and I've been following it for a minute. The brother right here, he has some words. I want to hear him out. Let's take a dive into what's really going on. Are there any updates? What is he about to unlock here, if anything? Yes, let's have a conversation.
These Epstein files are out of control, so we're going to break down everything we've seen thus far. Okay, first, let's start with Obama's former chief White House counsel, Kathy Miller, and a very eerie, very suspicious email with her and Epstein. Now, they're communicating back and forth in this email, but at the bottom of this email gets really weird. And I quote, she says, "Yes, I will be like the doctor at Lenox Hill, put that crazy in room 1, gunshot in surgery, and the cook, well, he can wait." You guys, remember Obama's chef who worked at the White House and who died at Obama's house? Could they be talking about him? Now, being that email was from 2014, saying the cook can wait, you mean like 9 years later wait, where he actually died in 2023? Yeah, that's suspicious. Gets even wilder though. So we have an email from 2018 with Jeffrey Epstein and his brother, Mark Epstein, in which Mark is asking, buckle up, he says, does Putin still have the pictures of Trump blowing Bubba, aka Bill Clinton? Bro, what? Okay, even if this is even remotely true, how relevant would this picture be that they found in Epstein's house of Bill Clinton in a blue dress, in which Monica Lewinsky was in a blue dress just like this when she blew him? This is giving way to the biggest blackmail ring of all time, but let's keep going. Now, if we weren't completely off the rails, this is going to take us there because there's an email stating that he was into bioengineering and genetics, specifically black people. And I quote, "You might be able to make blacks smarter by changing the time for the motor layer development and changing the time for other layers." Then he states their brains are slower at learning high-level concepts, in which he's giving way to slavery being that muscle switch. For slaves, we're faster, so we're stronger, jump higher than the white people were thinking all day, basically, and making them smarter under pressure over time. Now, not only he was into bioengineering and genetics, and he had his own office at Harvard called Jeffrey's office, but he had close ties to MIT, in which he had very close ties to this guy, Marvin Minsky, who was the co-founder of MIT's AI laboratories, and they call the father of AI. I mean, it really takes the guesswork out of why he was trafficking people besides blackmail. You wanted to experiment on people like a test lab rat. Now, this part totally makes sense, where the head morgue manager of Harvard pled guilty earlier this year for selling body parts online.
Let me stop it real quick. Put this disclaimer out there. This is all merely for educational purposes. I don't want nobody to get it confused. My views and opinions on this is going to vary from everyone else's. But I've done stories on human body parts being sold on the market. I've done stories where they've had facilities specifically created, allegedly, for things just like this. Yeah, do with this as you want. I know the internet is full of conspiracy theories, but let's stop pretending like humans do not have a dark side to them.
Does anybody want to take a wild guess who he was working for? Epstein, he was working for. Now, there's a whole lot more, so I'm going to do a part 2. Make sure you guys get into my Telegram. We're just getting started.
Okay. He says it's a part 2. I'm going to end up spinning a block on that one. I sure am. I'm going to have to tap in and see what else we got here. All of these are alleged, by the way. All right. I don't want nobody coming at me saying, "Oh, you ain't do your research," and I'm giving you what is being presented, and I'm going to do follow-ups myself to confirm or deny any of it. But I'm just going to say this: would you be surprised at any of it? This is just a small piece of it. For as long as they've been holding out with this, yeah, there's a whole lot more. I'm not surprised if any of this is legit. What human being don't have skeletons in their closet? Real ones, not that. Oh, I lied on my test. I'm talking about like real ones, like this. What do y'all think? Any of this real, or is it just a side quest? Because a lot of folks said they redacted a lot of what was in there. The reason why Trump is okay with all this coming out is because anything that had him in it is most likely removed. But I don't know. Don't know.
Welcome aboard the flight. This is pilot Pusha talking. We going back to Memphis and coming straight from New Orleans. The estimated time of arrival is about an hour, and I can turn your ghost if you try and play with my power. So when you look up and see the sun flashing, stay in your seat. If the flight attendant say you making trouble, then we got beef. The turbulence might get rocky. You better not spill your food. This is brand new plane.